Yeah, this isn't too bad. This is not the best, but it's definitely better than a minute ago. Okay, so we are going after... What's this guy's fate? I don't know. I don't remember. Whoop. I didn't get the chance to show off. Fine, we'll just go fight him, and you'll just have to see how things are going once I get in there. Okay, get some wolves out. Buff him. Scream for joy, because I'm allowed to do that apparently. Neo, okay. Yes, I have that commander standard too, you know. Yes, it's actually worth attacking him there because, I mean, what's he gonna do? It's not a lot of damage. I should just... I mean, that's a lot of damage. You gotta avoid that, but yeah, okay, that went super fast. And then again, I normally don't just stand there whacking him while he's doing that transition. The phase transition of that spell, but it doesn't actually hit you until the end. It's really just the frost damage you're dealing with, so you can just heal up and keep attacking. So that went a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay, I guess. Before I really get started, I have to get to kill boss, so... Alright, so I've made some adjustments to the ranger build. I was looking at the actual spells that rangers have, and honestly, they got a lot of different spells, so really any kind of buff counts. I mean, I can even use heal spells technically, but I didn't want to try and mix spells into this build. It's already tricky enough, but I did make some changes. I decided to go with the long swords. I dropped the spear because I just wasn't getting any real value out of it. I mean, throwing a spear is useful, but I just didn't want to have to keep switching between a spear and a lance, or the spear and the bow and swords. So now it's just bow and swords, and honestly, the bow does just as much damage as the lance was doing. Right? I didn't want to deal with barrage. I just wanted to fire up one shot and call it a day. You know, and I'm not doing any heavy bow use anyway, so now, and I got a different bow. Realize that the black bow is actually not very damaging. I actually have two different bows, not just the horn bow, but the horn bow looked a little more suitable. I mean, it's not like World of Warcraft. I'm not going to have any really crazy looking weapons. I mean, even though D&D can have crazy looking gear, but, you know, it's just not really... Like, you don't really see that much art in D&D with people carrying, like, really crazy-looking stuff. But, you know, I'm not gonna... Don't hold me to that. I'm sure there is, but I'm just saying, in general, I'm trying to keep it a little more down to earth. So, this is okay, but while still looking a little more advanced, so this works. And I have the pulley bow for, you know, if I ever want. This one apparently works better with magic builds, or magic arrows, and I got a good number of magic arrows, so... And I got the rallying standard just in case I need it. I've also decided to switch more to quality weapons so I can actually gain some benefit. Turns out quality, I mean, I already knew quality was better than keen, but I figured it took a lot longer. I had to get my stats much more higher before quality would be worth it. But turns out I did not. And ultimately I couldn't really decide on like trying to emulate those ranger spells. There's just too many spells, so I decided to just capture some element. Like there's some buff spells, there's some minor healing spells, trying to capture all the like spells where you entangle people or anything. There really isn't that many options in Elden Ring, or if there is, it's like too far down in like a spell tree or something. So and they can like create fiery arrows and fiery blades and all this stuff. I'm like, you know what? All I have to do is add a grease, and that counts. I couldn't really decide on what grease or consumables to go with. If I was going to go with buffs or some thrown weapon, I couldn't decide if I should use Golden Vow, or I ended up deciding on Braggart's Roar, and I'll just use a Rallying Standard or Divine Vow if I need it. That counts as the buff to my animals. And yeah, and the odd grease. Nothing stopping this build from using greases or things like poison swords. I think something like a bleed build is a little too magic-y, which is not quite what rangers do, but fiery blades or stuff like that is well within reason. So yeah, that's the adjustments I made to this. A few refinements. I also changed my look. I decided to go with the Ronin's armor. And I know he's not technically a Ronin, but I can't get any real good light, but oh, there we go. I know it's Ronin, and it's got this little steel plates on the shoulders, but I don't know, I think it's just a little more rangery. You know, you got your better the tool belt. There's more leather going on. There's some more blues, but there's also more like brown colors, so it looks more like something a ranger would wear, like more camouflagey colors. I don't know, I just think it works better than the other armor did, so this is what I'm going with right now. Maybe I'll change it tomorrow, but yeah, so those are the adjustments I've made. And that's the end of the show and tell. Now let's get back to the game. Strength is actually a thing for me now, so I do have to start leveling strength again. I put all those points into endurance, but now that I'm using quality swords, it's worth sticking those points back in strength again. Now, I should be able to get 10 more levels for the rest of the game. So, I mean, I should have went more for strength and then started thinking about endurance or mind, but no, that's just the way it goes, and I don't feel like respecting it. So I'd have to go all the way back to Lucaria and beat what's-her-face Renala to respec. I don't feel like doing that. There's a grace here, but somehow I always miss it. Well, I mean, it's easy to see how I can miss it. It's just really damn hard to see. How the heck did it get over here? Wait, what? Oh crap, that stupid invasion. Finally used for this bow. You wanna invade me? Here you go. Oh, right. Waste of time. The heck? What are you doing here? Jesus, they've never followed me up here before. Stupid wolf. They never followed me this far before. I don't know what changed. Alright, so you guys know the drill here. Go this way first. Cross here. Immediately jump up here. Because then you won't trigger the stupid assassins. Start to get to this tower first. Then run across quickly because you got an assassin on your tail. You can get here before he shows up. Or before he attacks. And now we run across, dropping down here because you don't want those archers to spawn. I don't know why, but the assassin that appears by the tower, for some reason, doesn't show up here once you do this. If you did it right, you won't have the archer appear on the tower, on the building over there, because you gotta drop down. And make sure you don't go around that side there. You got to immediately just jump down and walk across. If you go around the side of the buildings like that, you'll have the archers spawn. So you take care of this guy up here. There's the candle up here. At this point, there's nothing you can do to stop the archers from spawning, so just drop down quickly, run across here. If you stay low here, you only have to deal with this archer.
Get rid of her because she's the only one that can actually hit you at this point. And now you got a free path to the third candle. Yay, candle. I like candles. Then we drop down. Back here, you want to go this way, specifically, back the way you came. Make sure you avoid the archer fire. And then you want to drop down here and quickly shoot across to this candle. Yes, there's an assassin right out in front of it, but you can light it before he grabs you. Then if you're lucky, he'll grab you. The assassin will grab you in the back. No, okay. And he'll go to cutscene or the loading screen before he can actually hit you, which is kind of funny. And yay, you've opened the way to the Howling Tree. Now we gotta head down to Millennia. So yes, there's a bit of running around first. If I would have just killed Neil first, I could have easily avoided all this stuff and just had myself situated outside all these bosses. But I figured someone would want to see me kill Neil with this build, which honestly wasn't really worth it. He died really fast. One place that's worth sneaking around. Oh, crap. If you do have an assassin's trick or gambit or whatever invisibility option, this is a good place to use it. I've gotten used to just avoiding these spells though. Three points! Yay! No longer just 1 point. Yeah, you thought you'd be smart attacking me on the grace, huh? Stupid. I have iframes while gracing, and you don't. Well, that was close. But I'm good. I just want to avoid. That explosion is so massive. It just figured I'd just wait it out. Wolves are... You know what? She's easy enough. Doesn't matter. Buffing, stacking buffs works. Who knew? Actually, believe it or not, this is actually the first build I've ever had where I've stacked a ton of buffs. You little fart. Giving me all this trouble. I'm just trying to get to Millennia quickly. I should have just went the route I knew best. I got a little sidetracked. Oh no, not sidetracked, I was just off. Damn. I have forgotten where to go. But I am back on track now.
more strength. Let's see, am I still benefiting? 3 points, yes. You little bugger, you needled me out of the air. I don't normally get hit by needles in this area, weirdly, considering how many of those guys are here. Not exactly in the nick of time, but I knew I could get here no problem before the Scarlet Rot ran out. I'm good. Yes, they can still hit you even when you're on the elevator. So that's why I do that. I run to the elevator and then I dodge to the side. Because it will still track you all the way down this hall. So until that elevator is going down, you're not safe. Okay. At Millennia's door, but now let's head back to Moog. Let's get to the Bloody Palace. Get everything all set up. That bear really loves that tree. Doesn't seem the least bit concerned about me. I mean, that's a good thing. Yep. Don't exactly care about that little fart. Just another road bump. Do it, skeletons. They normally don't hit me. So if you look up the schedule for future projects, there have been some changes. Or I should say streams, not projects. So I finally have World of Warcraft Hunter up, which will be next weekend. It's going to be more of a bow build, that one. I'm not looking forward to just using a bow, but for all my damage. But on the other hand, there is way more buff stacking going on. And I can use some more interesting pets. So that ought to be fun. Oh wait, I already had the lantern going. I've also rescheduled Kung Lao. Now, he's not going to be done until way in the future, all the way in October. So why bother keeping Kung Lao up if I'm not going to do him until October? Well, because his date, the 24th, is the day before the second Mortal Kombat movie comes out. So I just thought, hey, that would be a nice little, you know, that's just a nice little convenience. I don't know, I just like that. I thought it felt right to do Kung Lao when the Mortal Kombat movie comes out. What's behind me? There's something pointed at my bum. One of those things, see? Pointy things pointing my bum. Yeah! Ah, that just flew at my bum. Holy shit. Go away. Don't you guys usually run back into your holes? Now where's that spell? If I had that spell for Hunter, or for a D&D Ranger, that would count as like an entangle spell. Okay, what is this stupid cloud of gas? Go away. Right on the grace. That's a dirty trick. Putting an AoE trap like that on us. On a grace. See, now that is something that I would need for like a D&D Hunter, or even the World of Warcraft Hunter with actual traps. See, now that is something. But yeah, the World of Warcraft Hunter is going to be more bow focused, but there's going to be more buffs and more little spells and things. So that's next weekend. Kung Lao moved all the way to when the Mortal Kombat 2 movie releases. Oh wait, am I doing this now? Should I do Moog? You know what? I'm here. I'll just do Moog now. And then we got. It's not listed yet, but I'm looking to do after World of Warcraft Hunter. I'm not doing all 3 specializations because there's really not that big a difference between specializations. I'm going to do. I think I'm going to stick Killer Mushroom in there because I'm trying to intersperse these World of Warcraft things like every 2 weeks or so. And then after that will be Arcane Mage. And then I'm looking to mix in Pyro Dancer with Fire Mage. Although I'd rather do Frost Mage first. I think I'll do it. Anyway, they'll be in there, and I'm not sure after that. But that's the schedule ahead. Now, Moog. I do not want wolves because they are too susceptible to ground AoE. So we are going to summon Hawk. And what else should I do here? What else? What else? You know what? We can stick some blood here. I know it's funny to use blood grease against Moog, but it works. And I'm totally allowed because I looked up the Ranger spells, and they have a lot of things like fiery this, like fiery blades and fiery arrows and things like that. Well, I think that's more 5th edition than 3rd edition. I don't remember stuff like that in 3rd edition. Actually, I think they also have a form of Bless. And they got armor, so they got a spell that can give me temporary armor. So honestly, all these little consumables I have are all within the realm of what the D&D Ranger can do. Those little spells are there, so yay. Let's see what happens if I just change. Oh wait, I can't go back to the Grace. I have to go all the way back to the Grace. So I don't have many of these. I shouldn't get too caught up on it. He's not going to last that long, I think. Oh, you know, I don't really need a Shard of Alexander, really. I'm not sure what else I'd really want. Because I don't want to get caught up, yeah, I know I should have changed an Ash to something like, penetrating or impaling thrust, stuff like that instead. But you know what? I'm not gonna really have time to. I'd rather do Roar and make sure I cast Roar quickly. So I'm gonna switch these around. And unfortunately, the way the fight starts, the first time you fight him, you're right in his face. So I'm not gonna have time to get all buffed up. Unless, of course, I run all the way back here first. Hehehe. Looks like I'm not getting a chance to use my bow. Nuts. Okay, well, at least I get to lead off with an arrow. I think those extra little... Actually, no, maybe the arrows wouldn't have made a difference. No, I should have just... I was trying to finish him off. I was like, oh, I got him, almost got him, almost got him. But I actually had a little more health than I expected. Whoops. Whoops, that was a mistake. Crap. Damn it, I'm not gonna get an arrow off again. Come on, hockey boy, get him from behind. Keep him distracted. Okay. Took the coward's way out, but I going with the bows, but well, whatever. He got caught in the corner and he was focused on the bird, so why take the risk? Why take the risk? Oh right, I can use great runes now. Okay, we have got Radon's rune earlier. Now that I'm going quality, I can get some benefit from strength. 3, no, just 2 this time, poo. But 3 now, yay. Okay, hey Lita.
I'm Leda. Touch the wizard.
I'm not going to do the DLC yet, but I'm here, so I'm going to go grab that grace. Oh look, a weird hand. The weird bloody hand. Ew, it was gross. But wait, touching the bloody hand reveals a loading screen. And now I'm here. Yay, we're in the DLC. Once upon a time, this was really cool. Why is there cloth over the tree? Like, holy cow, where'd they get that much cloth? Anyway, so grace up. We're going to grace up. Grace it. Let's get Gracie. And once again, if you think the audio is a little off, it's because I had to move from my usual recording position. So now I'm in a different position. Okay, so I just wanted to grab that grace. We got Mogi. So now we are going for the final bosses of the main game. Of the base game. Hopefully I'll have a good night, take them out quickly, and then maybe get a little way into the DLC, at least to Rilana. And I can get to Rilana really fast. Okay, so what are my options here? What are my options? Well, Hawk is difficult to pin down, but when he's allowed to focus on one beast or one creature, they go to him fast. But if there's multiple wolves, that will be great in second phase. However, in first phase, he has a lot of really powerful AoEs, so I'm not sure. And I'm not going to get a chance to use all my buffs right at the start of the fight. So, just go in and see how it goes. Ooh, right. I got a great rune now. Yay, I have a little bit more of everything. Sort of. He's right in my face. No, I'm a bowman. You're an axeman. Let me do bowman stuff. Actually, I'm not really a bowman. Really, you want to save... Well, I was going to say you want to save your buffs for the second phase, but to be fair, it's probably better to get through the first phase as quickly as possible so you can have food. So you can have as many healing potions left over for the second phase. Go for the dogs! Don't attack me! Crap. And that's why I didn't want to summon the dogs. With all those AoEs. Okay, so now I'm doing this guy without a bow, or without a shield. Damn it. For a second there, I was actually looking like I was dodging him well. are so annoying. I don't like you. What the? I pressed it! Oh, come on. Although for a second there, it looked like I got knocked out of the ring, which would have been cool looking. I mean, even if I died... Ah, never mind. It would have been funny if I just go flying out of the ring. I don't know why that somehow would have made it preferred, but... He's such a pain when you have to actually dodge. I don't know, I was dodging him just fine for a minute there, then suddenly I get one hit and like, oh no. It's so hard to find opportunities to hit him in that second phase. Oh, I hate him. He's... this... It's crazy how this can go from... Okay, birdie, 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 birdie. I don't know if I'll have a chance to use any greases, really. I mean, what's worth using? Nah, that's right. I mean, I don't really end up using greases for... I mean, unless it's someone like Millennia or Radon, I don't really get into using greases too often. Okay, we'll try birdies. At least they'll be off the floor. Actually, you know, it might be worth saving buffing the bird for the second phase, because he's more likely to survive it into the second phase than the wolves. Stop beating up the bird. Jeez. Oh no. Doesn't look like any... Well, I mean, anything short of Latenna or Mimic Tears. Probably... Oh, she's still alive. Oh crap. No! Bye-bye, birdie. Damn it. Summon makes all the difference, having one still alive in the second phase. Apparently he can yell louder. Damn it. Crap, I didn't realize it was out of potion. Damn it. Flask. Why do I always say potion? Damn it, if I knew I was out of the stupid flasks, I probably could have finished him off. God damn. I hate trying to dodge around everything he does. I don't like using dodgy characters against him. If I can just, shields are actually... Okay, well, a good shield works against him just fine. Little stinky fart muscly... I don't know, I just don't like him. He's annoying. That was not the potion I wanted to use just then. Shit. Fine. Fine. And I had the stupid halberd out for a second there. I'm like, no, not the halberd. I don't need the halberd. Not now. And of course, arrows are not much point using arrows. Ah, what the hell. Actually, no, wait. I don't want to use my frost arrows against him. Halberd, sword. Hey, I was trying to roar. What, you think you're the only one allowed to roar? Why do you have to beat on the bird? I mean, then again, if you didn't beat on the bird... Oh, shit. Stop attacking my bird! He's not the word. Oh. Yay. Go crap. No, no, no. Don't be in the middle of an attack. No. Whoa, he's being smart today, this time. He keeps switching targets. Focus on the bird. Yes, good boy. For both bird and him. Everyone's doing their job. Crap. No! Knock him down, bird. Yes. Yes, do your mighty roar. No, crap, your stupid knockback attacks. Ah, come on. One more hit. Oy, 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 oy. In the end, it ended with me stabbing your ankle. Little annoying bouncy man. Okay, that's enough of that. No, computer, don't turn off. Don't turn off. Stay on. It turned off. Okay, now I gotta check this again because the computer turned off. Okay, how's this? Alright, well, as good as can be when I'm not recording in my usual position. But, oh well. So, but this is just the way it's gonna have to be tonight. Now, as usual, I don't like fighting Elden Beasts, so I don't care if I don't beat Elden Beasts. I'll just do Radagon, and whether I beat Elden Beasts afterwards or not, I just don't care. So, let's see. I'm all ruined out. I'm arced out. Pets. There's a lot of... Oh, I should level. Get my levels in. Bird, or you know what? Bird's probably best. Anything AoE tends to kill dogs really quickly. Bird is less susceptible to ground AoE, and there's a lot of ground AoE in this fight, and he's more likely to catch up to Elden Beast. Yay, I'm actually getting points again. I'm actually getting some value out of using leveling strength again, and let's get another level in there. And we got up to, yay, 6 points. Oh. I got about 6 more levels out of just doing these bosses. So, yay, I'm getting some value out of leveling again. So, definitely quality. I didn't think quality would be this useful, or I would not have enough time to get more out of quality at this level. I figured it's got to be like 60 plus. But no, even at 40, you can get some value out of it. Let's see here. I gotta stop using these. These are meant for more difficult bosses. Holy, right. Holy is a pain in the butt. Holy negation, there we go. And not much else to do except go in there and see how it goes. Yes, loud or rousing orchestral music. You got music, I roar. I'm using all these now because I only really care about killing him. Whoa. Oh, I evaded that. Okay, good job, Hawk. You are really distracting. Huh? Oh, you sucker. Actually, I can see Hawk doing well against... Well, I've actually beaten Millennium with the Warhawk before. The Warhawk does a good job distracting Millennium. Of course, you gotta survive Radagon first. Oh yeah, right, he can turn around, of course. No, Hawk is almost dead. Now, then again, that's kind of its purpose, is to get in the way. No, crap! I was doing so much damage, I figured I could just attack him and he'll be done. Or maybe the bird will go. Nope, but... Ooh, let's see if I can get a warming stone in really fast. It'll affect bird. Bird? No. Okay, well, like I said, I don't like fighting Elden beasts, so however it goes is how it goes. No, no, no. Crap, we might have the smarter one tonight. No, I haven't determined yet. We still... If the smart one will somehow always have the perfect counter to every move I make, where the dumb one will just keep slashing at me stupidly. Yeah, looks like the smart one. So far, he looks like the smarter one. And of course, he moves away instead of attacking me. Yeah, this may be the smarter one. Because this dumb one will just stand there and keep attacking. No, I dodged! You sucker! Yeah. Boom, boom. Glowy lights. I don't care. And that's the perfect counter to that. Oh my god, this is smart. Oh. Holy Jesus! These are the perfect attack. Like everything I'm doing, he's using the exact perfect attacks to counter me. Well, anyway, yeah, like whatever. I don't care about fighting Elden Beast, especially when I'm getting this super perfect. It's just it eats up way too much time in the stream, so I'm not gonna bother. I've beaten him under much more difficult circumstances already. So, anyway, I'm just moving on. I'm not gonna go through my usual rant about why I don't have to fight Elden Beast. I just don't like fighting him, so deal with it. You'd much rather see Millennia, wouldn't you? Yeah, well, she's next. There. Where is she? She's over here. Actually, wait. Do I got everyone? I mean, I only care about fighting Radagon. I don't care about Elden Beast. He sucks. We got Moog. We got Neil. So, yeah, and oftentimes Millennia can often eat up the final hour of the stream. It's often why this in the second day, it's almost like this is the second day of the stream. It's like, oh, it's only like 5 bosses. Yeah, but Millennia can eat like most of the stream. So, would you rather see me use up most of the stream fighting the stupid Elden Beast? No. Okay, now first time you fight her, you're right in her face. So I don't know what I can possibly do against her. Bird tends to do really damn well against her. She's also amusingly weak to Scarlet Rot. What can I do here? What else? Anything else? Anything else? What else? What do I got? Oh, why did I go through the wall? Oh, crap. That's not what I... Oh, well. I usually never beat her when I start right in front of her anyway. Up the damn holy res thing. Crap. Yeah, she let me do the bus. Crap. It always takes 1 or 2 before I get the timing back on that. Oh, I never knew Bird breathed fire. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that or noticed that before. Well, fine. Usually I never beat her straight up because I don't get a chance to get everything all set up correctly. And I got this stupid thing on. I definitely need stamina during this fight because I don't have time to... every minute I can get to attack her. Alright, now here we go from a distance. Now with I got time to set things up. Okay. And she's gonna dodge it. Okay, of course she is. actually can't see her because of the stupid bird. His wings are getting in my way. Hey, press the button! Come on! It's too early in the night for this to be happening, where it's at that point where I press buttons and they don't spawn. Okay, well, last time I fought her with the bird, I don't remember the wings getting in my face so much. No point using the damn arrows, apparently. Yay. But damn, the bird's wings are throwing me off. I was never expecting that to be an issue. What? Why is that two-shot? Come on. Usually I can take more hits than that from that stupid attack. I'll get one, then... Stupid Millennia. Fine, again. But, you know, if I should really get some arrows off during that second phase instead of buffing. Damn it. Why am I missing these tonight? Normally I dodge these just... Well, I mean, I got proof that I can dodge these just fine. Well, it always takes a couple. Always takes a few minutes to get it back down again. Yay, that one went really fast. Crap. She just happened to use that stupid move just as I was moving into jump attack. Ah, crap. That's the only attack that's really... I mean, they're all dangerous, but that one is particularly annoying the second phase because sometimes she'll just go into another attack, but she can follow up any other of her combos with that one, and if you're going in to sneak in some extra attacks to slow her down, then you're just totally screwed. Because you're in the middle of a jump attack while she's doing like that sort of thing, and I forgot to use my rune. Well, I got stupid greedy. That's all that happened. It was like one more hit to get her out into the next phase. I just tried to push it. That's all that happened there. And she somehow just kept getting one other hit in, and I needed one more hit, and it just kept regenerating. Okay, I don't remember this bird being so annoying. I mean, I beat her with the bird before, but I don't remember his wings constantly blocking the camera like that. not... Oh, my timing on this tonight is no good. What's going on here? I normally dodge this just fine. Well, the damage is not a problem. I mean, it's not big bonks damage, but it's not terrible damage. I can knock her down into the second phase fast enough. Just gotta avoid the waterfowl dance. I don't know why I'm not evading them tonight. Like I've been at the point where I can completely dodge the whole thing without taking a hit. I don't know what's going on tonight with this waterfowl dance. Every single time I'm completely flat-footed when she uses the attack, which is not what normally happens. Normally you evade that first one, and then after that it's pretty easy to evade the rest. But tonight I'm not evading the first slash. Alright, well the wings of the bird are really distracting tonight. This is probably not going to work, but I'm going to call in wolves. This is probably just going to regenerate HP faster than I can knock it down, but the wings are really getting annoying tonight. However, I think I need them to be more damaging than usual, so... Oh crap, I used it before I summoned them, damn it. Oh no, it extended them anyway. Oh good. So the hope is... They'll gang up on her too much for her to get any attacks off, which is absolutely not happening, and she regained all HP. Okay, so they're worthless. And I'm still not evading that first part of the waterfowl dance. Like, what the hell? Alright, well that was quick. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm pressing the button to dodge, he just doesn't respond. Usually this doesn't happen to me until it's like 2 a.m. or so. Well, I think I already established that my dodging is not there tonight. And like I said, one of the reasons why I moved out of my usual recording position is that I'm not in the best way tonight. So maybe I am just not... simply not there tonight. Yes, you want to pin her against the wall. It helps a ton. Of course, it doesn't help if you're pinned against the wall as well. So, double-edged sword. God damn it. I didn't notice I had the wrong potion equipped that whole time. Alright, well, I am clearly off my game tonight, because I'm out of recording position for a reason, and this is clearly impacting my timing, because I'm pressing the buttons and it feels like everything's off, so I'm just gonna leave her, because I'm not here, I'm just not there tonight. This is ridiculous. I'm not evading any part of her waterfowl dance. I'm not evading anything. It's just I'm pressing the buttons and nothing's happening. And usually that happens when I'm starting to feel really tired. I don't feel really tired tonight, but something is... I know what's wrong, but... So there's something wrong, and I am not up for this tonight. So I'm just going to have to leave her for tomorrow. I'm going to start... You know what? I think I'm going to do this one... Or I'm going to end this one a little earlier than usual, because, I'm just not feeling it tonight. But I will still do I'll see if I can do Dancing Dragon and Rolana, so at least I can get some more bosses down. But as far as Millennia is going, it's just... I am already... My reflexes are already, like, bad. Much worse than usual. Than they should be tonight, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on, but I can't do anything about it. So I'm not gonna try and keep forcing it. I'm not gonna like spend 2 hours fighting Millennia when I know darn well that as the night goes on, it's just gonna get even worse and worse. So no. And it's much earlier than usual. Usually I don't get to Millennia. It's usually more like by the time I get to her, it's like 2 a.m. So I can spend wasting another solid hour getting worse and worse against her, or I can like actually make some headway into the rest of the DLC instead. In an hour, I can do quite a bit. So I should, at the very least, ooh, I'm getting a nice little peach shower. At the very least, I should be able to do Dancing Lion, assuming I don't get knocked around. Actually, there's a lot of dodge timings in that fight too. So I could go just as bad with him, but. And Rolana, well, I usually don't have a problem with Rolana, but then again, this night's keeps being this bad. Anything after that, I don't know. After that, there's a lot of running around. I usually have to set up for the 3rd day of the stream. I have to set up everything because it can take like an hour of just running around, getting to all the graces for all the bosses for the 3rd day, and I'm not going to do that tonight. So maybe Hippo best. I usually prefer to start things off with Hippo because he's a good warm-up. That scorpion is key to... Oh, and so are these revered spirit ashes. I'm actually using the spirits this time. That scorpion is key to the World of Warcraft Hunter build. There's another one. Too bad there's not that big, but... What the... What's going on? What the hell? You know how many times I've run past that scorpion without that happening? What the hell? Oh god, I'm really bad tonight. It's like the first time I've ever seen that. He was able to catch up to me. Actually, no, there's luck involved too. A lot of times they'll just sort of keep doing their regular attacks. That one just... I don't know, it's just not a good night. Not a good night all around. Why is this one like a homing rock? That particular death bird is like, he just goes on you and doesn't miss. Like, why always that one, not the other ones? Haha, you stepped too far from the grace. Okay, I have no idea how this is gonna go. If I'm usually having a bad night with any other boss, then it ends up being a bad night with Dancing Lion as well. And this is a dodge-heavy build against a super dodgy boss. I don't have much hope for this one, but it does. Even when I have a hard time with this boss, it still always ends up going better than someone like Millennia, so it shouldn't be that bad. These arrows are supposed to make it easy to... Oh, as I say that, he staggers. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is really more like World of Warcraft Hunter gameplay right here. Like I thought. When you're having a bad night, it tends to show up in him too. Now, he didn't notice because the stupid bird was managing to hold his attention perfectly that whole time. So, I didn't really notice it, but once I had to start actually dodging his attacks, and suddenly it was like, just like with Millennia, I'm pressing the button to dodge and just not registering, so... Thankfully, Rolana is... I never really have much trouble with her. Although I think... Did I fight her with the cannon? Did I fight her with Bomberman? I don't remember. Oh, I had to fight her with Bomberman. I got all the way to Radon with Bomberman, but Did I? I'm gonna have to review that. No, I must have beat her with him. Well, anyway, this shouldn't be... I mean, should he even be easier than Dancing Lion? Because with Rolana, well, you know, just jump, right? Like my short, just jump. You do that, and that's enough. Ooh, I have Shadow Round Blessing. Good, maxed out. Pick up one of these. That should also be maxed out now. No. Okay, I guess I need a couple more. Anyway, let's head over to Rolana. And what else can I possibly sneak in? There's just a lot of running around left. Maybe I can do... Maybe I will do a undead dragon, because there's one just over there. Maybe I'll do one of those, but that one is sort of the weakest of the three. Then again, I'm not sure, because the one in... What's it called? On the coast there? That one's the hardest one. Because it summons all the damn undead, but... You know what? If I have time, I'll just do that one. Because they're really not that different from each other. The only difference is that you have more distractions involved than others. Should I even bother trying to... Yeah, I'm just going to get this level in. At least I'm still getting 3 points per every strength. So I'm still getting, at least the quality build is paying off. Okay, that should do it. Yep. Okay, now we run to Renala face. Not Renala, Relana. And unfortunately, you can't go around the back and attack her from behind. I've tried that, it's just blocked off, so... No, this is the only way to get to her. And we again into a dark, dark cave full of dogs. The most horrible thing, especially if it were like vanilla Elden Ring. I just watched a video of a dog that could kill bosses like they were nothing, because they deal like 10,000 HP damage, like just in an instant. That was the glitch that the dogs had when Elden Ring first came out. So yeah, they would hit way more often than they should. Nope. Nope, nope. I'm wrapping up tonight, so I'm not gonna mess up with you. I'm not gonna mess with you guys. I'm just gonna keep going. Whoa, wrong way. At least I finally got to use the bow for a good bit there. It's supposed to be... Well, I mean, a ranger doesn't have to use their bow. I mean, they're not really a bow class. While they could specialize in bow, they're a martial class who can use bows. The bow is a big part, but it's not like there's anything that requires them to use a bow. It's just... Whoa, you hit me right out of the air there. You hit me too. And there's a dog. There's always a dog. Oh my god. Stupid. They're combining forces. And I don't want to fight you. Because you are a real pest, and I don't have any time left tonight for you. So... I mean, I always skip him anyway, just because he's... This guy can be... You never know when he can be like a pushover or... an unstoppable roadblock, and that's not something you want to fight at this time of night. So I don't really like fighting NPCs anyway. They're not that interesting.
to fight. Most of the time, it's always the same. You either use the same old tactics to beat all the NPCs like nothing, or the NPC has like some little trick to them that makes them like really tough, and almost always that trick is almost always because they have like a stupid amount of poise for some reason, or a stupid amount of damage, or a stupid amount of HP, and then it goes from being you can use all the same tricks to beat them to being like this. You can attack them, and they just don't die, and they don't flinch, but they hit you once and you go flying, have almost all your HP gone, or usually just dead in one shot, even when you have a lot of HP and a lot of damage reduction. So I just don't like fighting the NPCs. They don't really... Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's really part of a build... I think I had a build where I had to kill all the human NPCs. I guess if I were playing a rogue build, I could have sort of like every NPC I have to backstab them or something. Great, now I have a reason to do a rogue build. I don't want to do rogue because there's enough... I guess it would be a little different. Instead of being focused on beating the game, actually probably a little more interested. Instead of just focusing on trying to beat Radahn or anything, it's more like hunting down all the NPCs. You know? Like any NPC that can be backstabbed. I think that could be cute. Oh, that could work. Well, I mean, if that's what you guys want to see, let me know. But that sounds like something workable. Because it can't work against... It doesn't work against the usual run of fighting bosses, because you can't really backstab on the bosses. Really, you can stagger them, but daggers take forever to stagger anything. But if you're now playing, well, forget all that. You're just like, just hunt down all the NPCs. I mean, I have to beat Moog, at the very least. Yeah, that could work. Alright, anyway, Relana. Okay, what's my setup? I need to be able to jump. I should really stop using this. I don't use the bow that often. What else can I stick in there? I don't know. Well, I'm going to be jumping a lot, so let's find this. Everything else is... I think birds will work better, because she does do a lot of AoE attacks, and AoE attacks absolutely destroy dogs, so... And I haven't even bothered using rats, because they don't appear where I want them to. Let me buff up! I want to buff! She's actually hitting me out of jumps for a change. Normally she misses like crazy. And that's why we keep attacking her during the pain transition. Because if you're lucky, you can stagger her. Even better, you can kill her before she can complete the transition. And even if you don't kill her before she completes the transition, her HP will be so damn low that it just makes her much easier to deal with in the second phase. Because that second phase does so much damage, but if you only need a couple more hits to kill her, then you can put up with it long enough. It's really just a matter of getting through that first phase really quickly and easily, and then having a ton of flasks left over to deal with the second phase. But when she's only like a few hits left, it's pretty easy. Okay, so where to go? Oh, right, I am going to do, since this ended up going really well, where's that stupid dragon? It's over here. I'm going to go deal with this dragon. Because it is the kind of thing... Well, okay, rangers will hunt anything. I still have never picked, like, the code. Like, I have a code for all these runs. Like, I just talked about the rogue. It'll be about backstabbing targets rather than trying to beat the game or beat the bosses, right? But And then, you know, Wrath of the Death Knight, World of Warcraft Death Knight was Servants of the Lich King, or, you know, fight anything that's against the Lich King. This guy, I've never decided what to pick for them. I mean, I never played a ranger in D&D. I played someone who did play a ranger, and he just picked the usual, like, I don't know, orcs or something. Just something really common, so I don't know. I've never really thought of... I mean, I designed one once, but I didn't end up picking the favorite enemy would be. I don't know. So what's the favorite enemy for this guy? I really don't know. And I don't want to pick dragons or anything because... I mean, what am I going to do? Just hunt the dragons? You know, do an Egon build, but I don't want to do an Egon build. I mean, that's basically... I'm just using a specific type of arrow or something. I mean, it's a cute little thing, but it's not that interesting. Okay, let's get... Ooh, I can use... No, I'm not going to waste a dragon grease on this guy. You know what? Birds works better because... Come on, wake up. Wake up. I can't summon until you wake up. Speed is the essence in this fight, so... Yep, that pretty much confirms right there that my timing is shit tonight. Because I pressed the button, and it still hit me, so... I am definitely not going to try... really bad. I was pressing the button, I almost felt like it was a real weird delay. It's worth to attack through that. These things have so much HP. Hey, what? Yeah, oh my dive time is terrible tonight. Well, something is easier dodging that. 700 HP from Bird. Or 600. Not the best, but with Bird, I'm more interested in him being distracting and surviving than another. It's not like World of Warcraft either. I'm not going to have like really tough enemies. Staggered, just as he was low on HP anyway. So, yeah. That went terrific. But obviously against certain bosses, even with my dodge timing being shit, they're not so bad. It won't always go so bad. I don't want to do Hippo. He's a good warm-up for day 3, I find. But it would give me an excuse to, like, he's sort of why you can't, when I need to set up for day 3, I like to be parked outside of all the bosses instead of just running, like, getting to the, like, getting down to, Midra that's quite a hike, and it's boring, and I hate doing it. So I prefer to just be sitting right outside. And while you don't need to beat Hippo to get around to that area, you can just go through the side and then come down to the elevator and then go that way. But beating Hippo is obviously much quicker than going all the way around the side, so... Yeah, okay, I mean it's not like I really need a warm-up or anything. And it's like I'd be ending this stream pretty early, but actually Hippo would be a good another good sign. I mean, he's not terrible, but if you're not dodging right on him, then you're screwed. So, but he's easily distracted. Not a tricky boss, but it's tricky if you're not quite there. Shooting me in the butt, you jerk. Oh, it's a sniper. I guess they have the ranger.
They must have a ranger. Yeah. Mikola and stupid stuff and things. I don't care. I don't care about your room breaking. At this point, I realize you don't have to do all those NPC quests. More, if you don't do anything with More, he doesn't show up, period. Freya won't show up. Onspok, I don't need him. I don't use any of the summoned NPCs. They actually make Radon harder, frankly, because he just gets more HP, and he already has a ton of HP. And yes, you got to deal with Hornsent along with Freya and her fart cronies, but has the ability to one-shot you with those damn Rancor spirits. Like, that's ridiculous. But otherwise, if you can, he's pretty easy to pin down, and he goes down fast. And then it's just a matter of making sure you can get rid of Dane. If you can get him down, then it's just Lita by herself. And this is a build that is really well set up for this sort of thing. So I'm not going to use any of this. This is just... Okay, jumps, jump attacks, jump attack. They'll probably come up. So let's just get this one done so I can call it a night. Bird. Yeah, I'm just going to use bird. Well, if I hadn't avoided that attack, then I know I'm going to attack. I mean, normally I prefer to just attack them, but I'm here already, so as well. Okay, Bird is just ripping him apart, ripping this guy apart tonight. Whoa! Okay, that was just sheer luck. He absolutely should have hit me just then. I was thinking this fight was going stupid well. Looks like I was getting really lucky now. Oh, is he trying to grab Bird? You know what, Bird? You got it. You got this. You got this, Bird. You got it. You got it. You're doing great. You had him on the ropes pretty much the whole fight. That was unexpected. That went so damn well, and it feels like I got to do something else. What else can I possibly do? I really don't want to do Millennia again. I'm just... Gee, I don't know. Where to? Everything else, I gotta run somewhere. I'm not gonna do Dragon Warrior. There's just some NPC with a sword. No biggie. You know what? How about this? I will do Millennia one more time. Because Hippo did shockingly well. Despite my... Well, okay, you know, I only did well because the Hippo was too focused on Bird, and Stormhawk, I should call him Stormhawk, was doing just a terrific job. But I'm definitely not noticing an improvement in my dodge time tonight. It's like I said, it's just getting worse and worse. So this is probably going to be disaster, but it felt like if I ended at this point, it would be really early. So, and I have not really improved. So, but I'll give it one more. I have no hope this will go well, because I've seen no sign of things being better, but I'll give it a shot. What the hell was that fight? Holy cow, talk about sheer luck. Like, what the hell? Sheer unbridled luck in that fight. 3 stupid of those, what are they called? The big flower thing in a row? She just suddenly was like, I have to blow you up with my rose petals or plant petals, whatever the hell those things are. She was like, you must be flowered. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just go over here and keep pelting with arrows. And then she went absolutely, she just had to start spamming her phase 1 attacks. And really, what makes the second phase can be really easy if she starts just using her phase 1 attacks. Because by the time we get used to fighting her, beating her through her first phase, evading those attacks in the second phase are like, you want to see those attacks. They're the ones that are easy to dodge and evade and deal with. It's all the crazy stuff where she's flying into the air and shooting little spirits of herself and all that crap that makes her difficult in the second phase. So if she can get into a really long cycle of just reusing her phase 1 attacks, it makes the second phase really easy, and that was it. Sheer luck. Because I was definitely not doing better on my dodge timings, but she didn't use the harder to evade attacks that time, and Warhawk lasted a long time and managed to not, like, wow. Yeah, what a way to end it on a fight that is just sheer luck, sheer dumb luck. I've never seen that before. She just absolutely had to bomb me with the damn flower attack. Oh, well, I guess it's a good thing I decided to go back for one more try, because that was the most ridiculous one-try fight I've ever... Well, not one-tryer, but that was the most ridiculous fight with a Millennia I've ever had. I mean, not as... Okay, Big Bonks was pretty ridiculous, too, but that's only because of how silly it made her look. But this was just a totally different level of silly. Anyway, I can't think of a better way to end the stream. Yes, I'm ending a little earlier because... I mean, I was about to go into a little thing about, oh, you know, not the best way to end the stream, but I'm not feeling my best tonight, but, wow. That was weird. There's no better way to end a stream than that, than have some really stupid, weird fight where the sheer amount of luck like that. Anyway, again, no better way to end it, so let's just call it here, even if it's a bit early. I was going to call it early anyway. But wow, it was a great way to end off. Anyway, next weekend, World of Warcraft Hunter. No, I'm not doing a run for every different specialization, because frankly, they're not all that different from each other, really. After that, we can start looking at Killer Mushroom, World of Warcraft, Arcane Mage. And as usual, let me know if you want to see me play other games. Please ask me to play other games. I don't want to keep playing Elden Ring. I need a break from Elden Ring for a bit. But I'll keep doing these build runs. Or suggest other builds. Definitely suggest other builds. I have a lot of different Souls-likes, so I don't have just Elden Ring. I still have never played through Demon Souls. I still never finished my level 1 Dark Souls 3 run. Although I don't know if I want to do that on stream, because it basically will just be hours and hours of dying to Midir and Nameless King over and over again. I still haven't even fought Gale yet in Dark Souls 3 at level 1. And of course, there are other games. I do own other games. I still haven't played Black Myth Wukong, other than that first hour. Yes, I'm trying to get videos out, but then again, no one watches those videos anyway. But I was going to stream this with my new stream card, or the capture card, but it was supposed to arrive yesterday before 8. Instead, it arrived today at 8, so I didn't have time to test it. Hopefully, I can run that tomorrow. Maybe the stream will look a little better for a change. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. Gonna call it. Ended up being not that early anyway. Only like maybe 4 minutes early. Great way to end it. Nothing else to say. Good night, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. You know how that works. Good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.